The Bermuda Football Association is pleased to present Andre Pacheco, Bermuda's first FIFA licensed player agent. This is a historical moment for the BFA in that Andre has the right and the authority under the FIFA regulations to represent any Bermuda player or player worldwide who seeks a professional playing career. You may be asking how Andre was able to achieve this distinction. First, Andre had to take the FIFA Player Agents exam administered here in Bermuda on September 26, 2013 by yours truly on behalf of the BFA. The exam consisted of 20 questions, of which 15 questions were provided directly from FIFA. These 15 questions covered an array of topics concerning various aspects involving international football in particular, those that related in some way to the status of players, whether professional or otherwise, and the various rules and regulations governing players. For example, regulations governing the application of the FIFA statutes, rules governing the procedures of Players' Status Committee and the Dispute Resolution Chamber, FIFA regulations on the status and transfer of players, including training compensation and the categorization of clubs, FIFA Players Agents regulations, regulations governing protection of minors, the international match calendar for September 2014 through July 2018, just to name a few, as well as many other circulars and annexes distributed by FIFA. The remaining 5 questions were provided by the BFA and involved only those matters pertaining to local rules and regulations of the BFA. Andre was provided with a study guide for both FIFA and BFA questions, and thereafter, Andre had to achieve a grade of 15 out of 20 questions or above in order to satisfy the examination requirement. Next, and as part of the criteria to become a licensed player agent, Andre had to sign the FIFA Code of Professional Conduct governing all FIFA licensed player agents and provide evidence of a worldwide liability insurance policy in the amount of US $1 million. As a result of the above, it gives me the great pleasure on behalf of the Bermuda Football Association, the honor of presenting Andre Pacheco with Bermuda's first FIFA licensed player agent ID card number BFA01 on Monday, May the 12th, 2014 in the offices of the Bermuda Football Association. Congratulations to Andre. I invite Andre to make some comments.
Thank you, David. It's truly an honor to be Bermuda's first FIFA licensed agent by the BFA. My goal is to help and work closely with the BFA, the players of Bermuda, and the coaches and clubs of Bermuda, and to progress anyone that wants to take their abilities further to make it a professional. And I'm just here to help everybody, and I look forward to the future and what it brings for all of Bermuda and to raise Bermuda's profile in football.
Thank you very much. How do you plan to do that? What contacts do you have with professional clubs?
Well, I started my company, Nexus Sports Group, a few years ago, working with other agents, learning from them, and through them and through myself and my partner, Travis Mills, we have a variety of contacts all over the world, mainly in South America, the MLS, Portugal, the UK, and we try to establish direct contacts with clubs, other agents and players, and just providing more opportunities. For example, we're working closely with the BFA to bring in more opportunities, more scouting opportunities to Bermuda to get more players noticed for overseas opportunities.
What made you want to, as an individual, what made you want to do your part in helping or assisting people making the next step?
I've always been involved with football, playing, went overseas to try and make it as a professional when I was younger. Got my degree in sport. Always knew somehow, some way I wanted to be involved in football, and this seemed like the logical way to go with regards to pertaining with business aspect and combining it with football. So it was just the logical way to go.
Even though you just received your card, are there any players you have in mind immediately?
For Bermuda, yeah, we've been in talks with a couple players. One player in particular, I won't mention any names right now because it's not finalized, but we are looking at Portugal for some trials for him. And
Are you able to say which club he's from?
no, unfortunately not. But we are talking to 3 clubs at the moment who are debating on whether or not to bring him in the summer for a 2-week trial. And it's directly with the club, and if he does well, he will get a professional contract.
How does potential players that are looking to make that step get in touch with you?
Any players that are wanting to progress, they can feel free to go on our website, www.nexussportsgroup.com, or email me at andre@nexussportsgroup.com. We provide all the information for them, even to their parents. It is a new subject, so we try to get all the information that they need and try to break it down so it's more easily manageable for them. It is a lot of information to take in, and we try to do our best to make sure that the player understands, make sure that their families understand on the process.
Mr. Sabir, the association, here you said you had 5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
Without getting too much into detail, along what lines did the association map out their 5 possible questions?
Well, I mean, we look at, when we're dealing with players, you're dealing with our regulations on, etc. Plus, we dealt with our competitions. We dealt with things like club issues because the association is made up of clubs. And from just those 3 topics, you can pick 5 questions with relative ease without giving away those questions. It wasn't a difficult proposition to come up with 5 questions. I'd also add on to the piece that persons trying to get in contact with Andre and perhaps may not readily remember his address. The Bermuda Football Association, as a governing body, will also retain information on Andre and his company, as well as after today, we're hoping to have Andre updated on the FIFA website with a list of certified licensed player agents, so he'll be also on the FIFA website. Okay.
How does it work if, player goes to Portugal, they like him, trials, they offer him X amount of dollars. How does that work for you and the BFA? I mean, obviously there's got to be a percentage or something for you or the BFA.
Yeah, well, for us, we're a business. Obviously, we have to make money. So we do retain a certain percentage of either the player's salary or a transfer fee if there is one. With regards to the BFA, it just helps the BFA boost their profile, and it helps Bermuda to boost their profile in soccer. And in general, perhaps that will, in the future, translate into more funding from FIFA to the BFA if we boost our profile a bit more.
So you as the middleman and the BFA both get...
No, just me.
Okay.
Our company, I should say. It's a business, so it's part of our service. So we do get a fee. But for the BFA, it's more of a facilitation. They provide all the help that they can.
Well, I have one more question regarding long-term, short-term goals for the company. Obviously, you're just starting. And how long before you think you're going to have a regular flow of players having the ability to have trials, professional trials?
Our short-term goal is to bring in coaches and scouts yearly, perhaps once or twice a year. And our long-term goal is to get at least 2 players a trial every year over the course of the next 5 to 10 years. And from previous experience, we are looking at probably 1 or 2 signing every 3 years to a professional contract. Because it's difficult, players might be good here, but when they go overseas, it's a totally different environment. They're not used to it, so it takes them time to adapt. So it does take quite a bit of a time.
When you say you possibly bring in coaches or scouts, are you talking about to watch games, or are you planning to have a session where you're going to have a group of people that are looking to become professional, training in front of these scouts?
We would do a mix of both. I will bring in coaches and scouts unannounced sometimes to look at games, and then perhaps closer to when the kids are on break during the school time, we will bring in coaches and scouts to facilitate a combine per se, and we'll take the best players there and for a week or a couple of days, and they'll all get assessed.
Final question. Are you determining an age group?
Because of the FIFA regulations, it's a bit easier to work with players 16 and above, especially 18. Anything lower than that, we have to work with the parents, and their parents need to sign off. And a lot of regulations require that the parents move overseas with the child. So a lot of parents can't really do that if they have a business or they're working here. So there are ways to work with it. We will look at each age group and take consideration, but for now we're focusing on 16 and above.